What's the grossest thing you've ever seen someone bring to a potluck? My cousin's wife wanted to make pimento cheese sandwiches for a Super Bowl party. Problem is she had no idea what went into pimento cheese and refused to go to the store because it couldn't be that hard. So she mixed a bag of shredded cheese, an ungodly amount of mayonnaise, and for the little red bits, maraschino cherry halves face vomiting, then dumped approximately a half cup of garlic salt in for good measure. I thought they were a dessert because they were pink and couldn't figure out what a pink sandwich would be. It was truly one of the worst things I've ever put in my mouth. Grandma's Jell-O salad, made with cottage cheese and celery. We had a potluck today and someone brought some Doritos. People started eating them and complaining that they tasted like dirt. We looked at the bag and it had a promo for Mockingjay Part 1. The chips expired in 2014. This was a mixed department potluck and we haven't found the person that brought the 9-year-old chips. Some kind of lasagna made by someone who had no clue what lasagna is. There were layers of pasta, but the rest was things like chicken, grated cheddar cheese, canned jalapenos, mushroom soup, frozen mixed vegetables, spicy mayo, etc. She opened a can of tiny shrimp and poured it out, liquid and all, on top of a block of cream cheese. That was it. I guess we were supposed to eat it with crackers. An office potluck as everyone is eating. One of the girls says, "I'm sorry if you find ant cat hair in the green bean casserole." My cat kept getting up on the counter to nibble at the edges. Cue everyone looking at each other like WTF? Casserole with a side of roaches. Not even kidding. They crawled out of the bag she brought her dish in. I stopped participating in potlucks after that. Lime jello with Vienna weenies and cherry tomatoes in it. My sister would bring 2 crock pots. One with spaghetti sauce, the other with water and the noodles. The noodles would be cooking in the water all day. We had a lady who made her special PB fudge, but she wouldn't put it out with all the food. She would walk around with her Tupperware and offer the people she liked a piece. Not more than 1 piece you were allowed to take. If she didn't like you, you didn't get one. This went on for years. The last year she worked there, we all decided to say no thank you when she approached us. Oh, and 2 of us brought fudge for everyone at the table spread. She was furious that we foiled her shitty efforts. I'll fall on that sword. I brought shepherd's pie to a Christmas party and thought it festive to color the mashed potatoes green. Half of a pie. Not half of a pie that was sold that way by the bakery. A leftover half-eaten pie. A custard pie that wasn't made well, so it tasted like cold eggs. It was like chewing farts. Nauseated face. Potato salad. With multiple hairs from his head. I just know they were human hairs. And they were tight and curly. My husband and I went to a potluck at a park shelter one time. Someone had brought vegetables and dip. I was reaching for some when my husband nudged me and told me to look closely. There were bugs all in the vegetables. I don't think they were from being outside because none of the other food had bugs. I think whoever brought the platter either didn't notice the vegetables were full of bugs, or didn't care. Someone brought deviled eggs and instead of sprinkling paprika on them they used cinnamon. Homemade fried chicken, which translated to chicken that I covered in pancake batter and breadcrumbs and dropped into a fry pan until the outside looked cooked. It wasn't even seasoned. I love telling this story. I worked at a patient care clinic with mostly nurses. One nurse brings mashed potatoes inside of a Walmart bag. Not inside of a bowl, inside of a Walmart bag. Mashed potatoes. Loose. Inside of a Walmart bag. That could have previously held raw chicken or some other gross thing. A nurse I ended up posting about it on Facebook later, after having forgot we were FB friends. Oops. An apple pie. But they didn't have apple pie spices, like clove, cinnamon, or nutmeg, and said they used taco seasoning by accident and expected people to eat it. I, a dumb bitch who likes to torture themselves, tried it, and promptly tossed it into the trash when they looked away. It was Halloween party and they brought a jack-o'-lantern-shaped meatloaf thing. It was just unseasoned ground beef. Had a friend show up with his wife's specialty. It was deviled ham and cheese whiz scooped onto a Ritz. They were also made some time ahead because the crackers were no longer crisp. To make it worse, he walked around with them and his wife telling everyone to try them. That was the night I learned that it will be okay to strategically lie about having food allergies. Cold pasta salad seasoned with cat hair. Chicken spaghetti crockpot with Campbell's soup, dry packets of onions or something in it. Fucking nasty. A salad that consisted of shredded carrots, Miracle Whip, and raisins. I'm sorry, Grandma, but fuck that salad. A Korean-American coworker brought homemade kimchi, but she admittedly didn't know how to make it and just winged it. It was fermented wrong and was covered in mold, which she didn't seem to understand was bad. The vegetables were basically half liquefied and it smelled like dumpster juice. The thing of the chefs at work had learned to make kimchi correctly and safely since various different kimchis used to be on the menu before she was hired. So we all instantly knew it was wrong and unsafe. But no one wanted to tell her. I know the neighbor's cat pees on everything. I've pet sat for them. I saw that critter pee on the patio next to the grill. Went over for dinner. Chicken asada on the grill. Small piece of chicken went astray right on the patio next to the grill. Neighbor put it right back on the grill. I brought salad. That's all I ate. Hot dogs in a crock pot. You haven't lived until you've had a melt in your mouth hot dog. Their heroin addict girlfriend who didn't bathe in 3 years. I still feel bad for one of the office ladies who once brought ice-cold green bean casserole not knowing her crock pot was never turned on. After this she literally brought 2 cans of green beans, a bowl and a can opener. Of course no one ever ate the canned green beans after she stood at the microwave warming them up for 8 minutes or however long. At a later several-year reunion, she was still working there and had gray hair. And it occurred to me in that moment that she never had much in life. Life isn't lucky or full of joy for everyone. A dessert made to look like a cat's litter box. It had Tootsie Roll poop hanging off of the sides. Mushroom and wild rice full of dog hair. Not a strand or two, but full of dog hair. Turns out she ran a sanctuary or something. Face vomiting. Liver stroganoff. I have seen several people bring food that is supposed to be cold or hot and leave it at their desk all morning, so I'd say any of those. I usually just eat the chips and salsa. Grandma brought the 1-year-old fruitcake she kept in a glass bowl covered in foil out from under her bed to the family potluck. When the foil came off, everyone gagged as it smelt like booze and death, and then she lit it on fire and poured cream on it and insisted everyone try it. It was simultaneously super dry and sopping wet, tasted like hand sanitizer, and had the texture of cat litter. My grandmother-in-law, everything she brings. The first time was stale cake in a bowl of syrup. It was both cake and soup, while also being neither. She has meat in her deep freezer older than some of her grandchildren. She's a Depression-era cook, so expiration dates don't apply to medicine cupboards or freezers. Once she tried to give my daughter 2 yo at the time. Cough medicine that expire 9 years before she was even born.